Hello everyone, today I just got a new set in the mail. I got Ahsoka Tanos T-6 Jedi Shuttle with 600 pieces, -1, with rated 9 and up, set number 75362. 4 minifigures, including Ahsoka Tano herself, Sabine Wren, Professor Huyang, and Merrick. On the back side of the box, we have a view of how it changes, how it turns, which we'll get into later in the review. Got all the minifigures, Huyang, Sabine with her beautiful helmet, and just some of the other details of the set. Let's get into a time-lapse review of the set. Okay, first up in the minifigures, we have Ahsoka Tano, and this minifigure is very good. She has two clearish white lightsabers, but they are not the right color to me. There's one that would have been better, and that is if they just use clear white rods, not clear, just like normal white rods. Personally, would have looked better and would have been a better representation of this minifigure, but still, it is a very good minifigure besides the lightsabers. Now we can get into the minifigure itself. So the minifigure itself, you can already see, has some arm printing. It doesn't go as low as you'd like it to. The orange arms definitely get in the way of that. The arm printing, however, is very good for what we get here. This Ahsoka minifigure from the Ahsoka show is a very good minifigure and very well detailed all around her. She even has a secondary face, and it's the same face, the one that they used from the Clone Wars sets. Next up, we have Sabine Wren, and this Sabine Wren minifigure has some basic printing. This minifigure should have had arm printing. If it was between this minifigure and Ahsoka for arm printing, 100% Sabine should have had that arm printing in the set. But this is still an amazing Sabine minifigure. We have not gotten a Sabine since the Rebels wave back in the day, like 2015, 2016, 2017 era. There's her hairpiece. It is not a horrible hairpiece. I think it personally works for what she's represented by in the show. She also does have Ezra's lightsaber included, as she also, of course, uses it in the show. And this green lightsaber is one of the best lightsabers they've ever made. Personally, like my favorite design of a lightsaber with the frosted tip of it. Just the whole frost is beautiful. And here is her back printing. Next up, we have Professor Huyang, and this minifigure appeared in the Clone Wars in one of the Ahsoka arcs with some of the children of the Force. And Mr. Huyang here, or Professor Huyang, is a creator of lightsabers. He helps create the Jedi, make them, and he has a nice backpack design and is a very exclusive minifigure to the set. Probably will never ever be seen again in LEGO entirely. So this set is huge for the minifigures you're getting, including the next one, which of course is Merrick. We do not know who this is yet. This could be one of many people. It could be Ezra, which I personally do not think. It could be a random character. It could be Starkiller even, which is the biggest theory right now. They mostly say that just because of the name and a few of the different design choices and the voice even. But yeah, and just how they would introduce this into the world of Star Wars. But yeah, he's an Inquisitor. He survived Order 66. He has many beautiful printing all around him. No face underneath. And he has Inquisitor lightsaber. Next, we can get into the build. This build is fairly large. $80 is a little bit overpriced for this. I can just feel that. You can lift it up and you can just kind of tell. It's barely bigger than the box, and this is like a $50 box. For the size of it. So it's not that big of a ship. It definitely feels a little big for what you're getting here. Just a few flaws, though. One, it should have had 2 minifigures in the cockpit. This should not be a thing, which is probably why I'll end up buying 2 of these, parting out the second, fixing the bottom, and keeping the minifigs, selling them in about 5 years-ish when they're like $100 each, which is probably... This set's going to be around $500. Just to get it flat once it's fully retired and it's been a few years. I can easily see that happening as long as these minifigures don't appear in other sets, which is something LEGO loves to do now. But anyways, let's get into finer details of this. So if we start off, we can start off with the cockpit, which, weirdly enough, can be removed. It's just connected by one single Technic rod, and it's nothing crazy, but we can easily take a better look at it right now. So all we have to do, of course, is open it up, and you can fit one minifigure inside. It is a little bit of an awkward fit. So if we grab Ahsoka here and bend her legs a little bit and move her arms up, it's a little bit tricky to get her in. You just have to kind of push her in, and she'll fit pretty well, and you can close it up, and it closes fairly nicely. It's not too bad. Again, would have been nice to have 2 minifigures. You don't ever have to take this off. I just took it off for the ease of use. Yes. But now we can take a look at more of the interior space to the set, and there really is not much. For this space, all you can really fit is Ahsoka's lightsabers, and barely that at that, because they don't fit in properly, like all the way. They only really fit in like that. And then of course you can fit like Sabine's helmet, maybe. Yeah, you can. And maybe Sabine's blaster. And on the other side, you have a little space for Huyang and his back, like a table piece, which is strange. You could also probably use that as a backpack for Huyang. So you can remove his little backpack like so, and maybe put this on like that, which is huge, but I mean, it works. It's not too bad. Or you could flip it upside down, which is even worse. So I don't know. This is a weird addition to me. It doesn't really say anywhere in the instructions what this really is. I thought it was just a strange addition, to be honest. But in this space, there isn't really much. You might be able to fit a minifigure. We'll try to fit Sabine in here. Might have to take her hair off to see if she does fit. But I don't know. She does not really fit, though. But we'll try to take her hair off, and we'll see if she fits. So if you have a hairless minifigure, it looks like they don't fit. I was really hoping that... Oh, no, she fits. So if you have a hairless minifigure, you can 100% fit them in here. It's a little bit of a rickety design, but I mean, it works. I was able to fit Sabine in. There isn't much space that's popping off. And on the other side, I mean, you can tell the difference. But yeah, that space is only a little bit... And you can fit a whole minifigure in there. So that's not too bad. But the other side, you're not fitting a minifigure in there whatsoever. And then we can move to the ugly side of the bottom, which is just not ideal at all, but there is landing gear in the set to make it land properly. It is not accurate to the show whatsoever, but it does help stabilize the build a little bit. I mean, it's not the best. Like, I can probably knock it over still. Like, the sides are still going to knock over. It still is very front heavy. These really, realistically do not do that much for the overall model. Like, I can probably get it just fine. I mean, it's going to take a second, but I just got it. I mean, it will fall over a lot easier, but it is just a nice addition. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you all again soon, and don't forget the stud shooters too. Goodbye. I'll see you later.